do. Right. Morning. Big day. Big day. Got the chop shop on NQ. And what have we got going on? We have got orange fold news. It's a very common bank holiday, so we'll probably chop until we get to New York. We could buy the top and the low of the range, right? That was last night's trade. Hope everyone's well. Morning. That was what got me up on to first trade of the Topstick X account. So what I've done is I've put the the Topstick X account at the top. So we'll put the trade on trading view, but obviously we'll see it playing out on Topstick X as well. So high and low of the previous hour, we're still inside the range. We took the low and the high of the previous hour. Oh, sorry, no, there's the low. We took the high, yeah, and then the low. We took the low before that. We took the low before that. Just taken the high, and we've taken the low again. Easy. We can do that. Absolutely. The only thing I'd say about last week, though, obviously with the election, I'm not sure it's a great week to like, we went on a big pump, didn't we, right? So there's a little bit of it where I'm not sure. It's kind of out there. I think next week. So obviously we've got heavy news this week, so it's still a good week to review and how you trade, kind of like heavy news, things to look out for and that. But yeah, I think we definitely do a review day. We can do it once a week. Just go through the previous week, look at some opportunities. So right now, obviously we've got a strong bearish candle, but obviously you can see that we are heavily in chop. Let's have a look what the daily gives us on NQ. So we're on a sequence 4 on the daily, bullish. No worries, Chad. These lives are for Max Algo, right? They're for you guys. So whatever you want, we will come on and do. Or I will come on and do. That's what it's about. So we got an 80. So we've got a strong bullish day now. We had bank holiday yesterday, and obviously New York still hasn't opened. Orange FOMC folder. So they tend to kind of be a bit like this. New York will push down, flip bullish, or vice versa. So you tend to kind of have, and even then sometimes it's maybe just slightly more in one direction, right? Might be slightly more bearish, or slightly more bullish, for example, right? And then New York opens, we get that sort of manipulation, and even then that's wrong, to be fair, because it's still more like whoop, whoop. Imagine if I've just drawn out the day. That's today's price. Yeah, so right now, obviously, there's the top. Here's the low of the range. You could make this a little bit more tighter because obviously this is a wick down. So obviously, if we're going to kind of like hold trades or push anything, we want to see us come outside of this. Otherwise, bottom of the range, top of the range. Let's get rid of our midline. And just increase the thickness of our border. So we're in a range, right? Obviously, this is our daily low and daily high. We're nowhere near either. We are literally smack bang in the middle. So obviously, I was thinking about trading CL. I've had a nice push up, right? We're above the zero line, liquidity grab, break above the high, take the previous high as well. Buy signal, very nice. And obviously we start going bullish here. So we break the high here as we come up above the zero line. We've got very, very strong trend AI, right? We transitioned here. So when we transitioned, we're expecting potentially a little bit of funnying about, and then we start that buy cycle. Then the buys start kicking in, right? Market structure shifts, and boom, we start getting that pump, right? So that would have been a nice nice trade. Yes. Very similar. Bit more tighter, the range on ES. Wonder if we're going to break down, right? We've come up. Starting to bend over. Wonder if we'll break down. We can have a look at futures. Maybe some. This is going to be interesting now on ES. Is that our low? So yesterday's low. I'm on the 5-minute chart. That's why it looks a bit tighter. Starting to come under that zero line. Wonder if we could see a move now. We're 48 minutes into this hour, so obviously we've got a bearish hour anyway. Oh no, sorry, we've got a bullish hour. No, it's on the daily. I apologise. I apologise. We have a sequence 1, strong bearish coming under, but obviously it's a bit late to the party. So we can see how the next hour goes. Euro USD. It's given us a little bit more direction. Obviously we've been bullish. Starting a transition. Just wonder. It's a nice breakdown. See, on this one we're coming up. Basically. That's wrong. We're correcting up. Just This is interesting. If we break up on euro. Gold's bearish. See, gold's cleaner as well. It's not even stuck in that range. It's NQ that's it's fugly. It's fugly this morning. Just wondering with ES. I want to see it come outside that range. Probably not. Probably not today. Because I'm meeting up with T-Bone. We've got some work to do. Which is why I'm coming on this morning to go live, trade, do some stuff, cover some aspects. What's upcoming. Kind of pick a pair as well. Look at what I fancy. Yeah, think of that, Mark. Gold looks cleaner. It's not gold. I like this. Corrective. And we've transitioned bearish as well. In line with the higher time frame. I mean, obviously that's the nice sells. Have we got more room to push down? Possibly. Let me have a little look. ES could have a nice breakdown. Might be breaking out on this ES. Little retest here. Sequence 1. My Vib's back on. This could be our blocker. So let me just have a look at gold. Beautiful seller from gold. Are we going to come down and pop back up into that range? We've got 8 minutes of the hour. We are I quite like taking a trade out of here. We got 10, 11 points, 11 ticks. Maybe down to the low. Yeah. going. Maybe that's the entry there. Got one open here. Maybe this. Out of here. Like that. Will we get the tap back up in the next 5 minutes, in the next new hour when it starts? Or are we just going to go? Oh, gapping under that vid. Two hour has gone into a sequence 1 as well. 3 hour is bearish on a sequence 10, which is quite high. We just started a 2 hour as well, so 2 hours starting here, so we've got plenty of time on the 2 hour. 3 hours already done. This is its last hour in the 3 hour, so again, obviously we can expect the 3 hours got more pushed down as well. Possible won't get this entry now and it'll go, but trying to wait for the new hour to start, but that's fine. What do I want to risk? See, I want to keep it tight because I want to, obviously with 300 up today on a new account, which is great. So I don't want to give it all back. Fuck. Where am I going to end? I really want this tap here. Really want this tap up here. Come on. I will wait. No problem if it goes. Well, there's it. There it is. So... Pew, pew, pew. I'm going to set my limit order. Fuck. Don't take that low. Wait for me. Shite. 6024. I think it's just going to go. I think it's just going to go. Which is fine. Right, how the fuck do I do this? 6024, limit order. Right, I'm putting a limit order on here and I'll probably take my stop just above these. Kind of want to tag there. Maybe like that, like I had. But if we take this low, we could just plummet when we take this low, because obviously what we've done is we've whipped back up, and then often people will think that's a reversal, and then price will come and just fly down. Whether we try and take a tap back in these, maybe. We got last minute of the hour. Obviously, we've put a new low in. Fill the VIB. Here's a potential area for a sell. Potential. If we... Give me a second. Clean it up a bit. So I like this, and I like this as a tap in, potentially. Got a liquidity low here. We've taken this low. Might look to get that tap in there. Might look to get that tap in there. Let's have a look at our manipulation. No. So here's our potential manipulation area. It's quite big. We need to limit the so obviously, like, this is bringing in every single hour, right? So let's just bring in the hours after 1600 till 6. So it takes out the New York Open, gives us a little bit more realistic kind of potential area. I think I don't really want to go above. I just kind of, it'd be a push up, reject. Just not sure it's going to give that. So obviously we've broken the low of the previous hour, so we've switched bearish on our structure, right? Broken the high, broken the low, so we've switched bearish. We have come outside the range. We have gone into a sequence 2. We are under, pushing down. We have got red. Obviously then we've always got the confirmation to sell signal as well. So there's time, got time. Kind of feels like we don't really want too much messing around. This kind of feels like an hour that we just want it to drop. Yeah, bearish. But we got all our higher time frames, right? We've got the 2 hour, the 3 hour bearish with the algo. Obviously, if we're thinking about like the 3 hour, we'd already started the 3 hour here, right? So we've done our first hour and then we've taken the low. So really on the 3 hour, we expect this to be our high, right? So we expect this probably to be our 3 hour high. Right, there's our 3 hour start, yeah? See the lines? So there's our 3 hour start. So right now, there's an 89% probability that the high is still in. And this is the last hour. So we would expect this to be more of a distribution for the 3 hour, potentially to move down. And I would expect it to be, the way it's laying out, is it might not even get that little pullback. Might just leave us. We could DCA. Could take small entries, and then obviously if it comes back, we can add to it. Ay, ay, ay. 5 minutes in. Possible this is our high for the hour already, right? We've got Vibs there holding it. Getting a bit of a pullback. We haven't yet taken the previous candle highs, so let's see if we can close above. Doo-doo. I'm putting a micro. Put a micro on, and then I'm going to DCA up if we pull back, because I got a feeling we're going. And I'm looking at this liquidity level, or here potentially as well. So here and here. So what I'm going to look to do is average in the position around here. So my risk right now is minimal. Pew, pew, pew. People keep asking me to do stuff with this trade view. It's mighty close to trading view. Yeah, I think this is probably a good chance of being our high for the hour, especially if we're going to have quite a bearish drop. Let's see. I mean, obviously we've come down already, and we have had decent movement. We haven't had like a push. So, and it might just be like push down, wick, come back up. So. We're $1 in profit though. No, we're not. It's gone. Come on up. Obviously you can use that as well as a potential area. Obviously we do expect price to, where we've come below and then come under, we don't expect it, or obviously even we don't expect it to come back over this one. Even these, if you want to go tight 'em. Got one opened up right now. There's the 5 minute. There's those levels, right? This is where I was looking at and still looking at. I think kind of might be a good position. Might, if we come back to here, we'll see. Just makes it so busy, the VIBs. I'm just going to hide the return to open. So obviously we've taken the previous candle low. We haven't come back to the open yet. Now when we are very strong in our price movement, a lot of the time we won't come back to the open. So more choppy price action obviously has a much higher probability of returning to the open. As you can see here, look, we take the low later on in the hour. Doesn't return to the open, but we take the high early on, and we the open's already there, so that's like that price is done. We are 11 minutes in. $50.50 right now for the high. We've still got 93% of all our bearish distribution to come yet. Obviously, here's our first distribution level, and there's our second one. This is obviously high probability in terms of where we'll go. Oh. Thinking BE. No more lazy boy setups. Oh no, there's definitely more lazy boy setups. It's just going to be. It just needs to be simple for everyone. It just needs to be on the indicator, so that you can select. Because obviously there's different types. So obviously you've got the 50% retracement. If you don't have many indicators, obviously you can just take it on the buy signal. And then there's the additional confluences as well, right? Market structure, other things aligned. So I'm just going to build it as a built-in indicator, right? I'm just going to build it on here. It'll have the win rate. It'll just be all done for you. And then you can just select what type of entry you want. It's part of my meeting today and tomorrow, just to go through the project. That's why I'm not on later. Alright, so our high jumps up, right? Jumps up to 55%. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up time frames a little bit more. So by going up time frames, we get more data, right? Yeah. Yeah, I like the 50% retracement. It's because obviously you've got the statistical edge of it taking the high. It's all about getting that setup where it puts in a high fairly early on, and then there's still plenty of data to give you a new high, and obviously it works very well. There's our push down. Obviously we didn't get as much. I obviously didn't get to scale in the way I wanted. We're $3 up. $3 up. Killing it. But obviously is, as I said, because of the way that we've moved down, that potentially this hour could be quite a bearish hour and we might not get that pullback at this point. But that doesn't mean that we can't pull down, then potentially give us that 50% retracement when we've got more data on our side, right? And then look for another entry at 50%. But, you know, right now, guys, look, you know, I've got no problem. We've come down. We've come down quite a way, which I don't like. It's a slow day as well on NQ. ES is looking a bit cleaner. Let's see if NQ's followed. Okay, so we have broken out a bit on ES, and we have come under. This is looking nice on NQ, right? I like that. We've got our similar high. Here's our low, yeah? Where is it? Ah! I had a spaz moment. Funny. Do you ever get that? Where just as you click, you just go random shakiness. Weird. Let's put a background on. So, nice little tap back up, right? We've had this level here. We break down through it, tap back up. We are sequence 1 corrective bullish. So obviously that means we have high probability of being bearish. We've put in a nice low. So we took the low, so we could do a return to open as well. I am liking potentially this entry on NQ. We are 17 minutes in. We are 17 minutes in. And I am going to take that entry. Do-do-do. Could look for a liquidity grab. Tap and go. We'll see. See what. Here's kind of. Why haven't I got that showing? There we go. So I watched this level. We haven't yet tapped it. Next level at the bottom is obviously bearish now. Previous day, so the daily candle we broke the previous low. So it'd be interesting to see whether we do go for lows on that as well. Now we're rocking. See if we can break through this. Or am I going to get smashed? I'll go on tilt. No, go on, get fucking down. I think from a P&L point of view, what is this? So I got to get 3k on the new Top Step account. So I think kind of first day trading it, if I could get 500 on the account, that would be a good start. Another 100 to go. Oh, yeah. I thought more people might come watch me if I get smashed rather than if I win. Nothing more than people love than watching us go on tilt, right? Really? Do you think I should take top step off the title then? Ah, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to use that lock-in. I quite like that. Hit me targets, hit me profits, hit the lock-in button. Yeah, I'm quite. I think it's a great. I don't know why more prop firms don't have that in. I think it's really, really nice feature for traders. Right, we're getting to this low. Right. So obviously here's our liquidity low. Here. Obviously it's the impossible indicator. So we're going to see what happens when we take this low. Obviously we want to see a drive through that. What we don't really want is a grab of that low and potential then reversal, right? We get our sell, which gives us our confirmation. Yeah, they do want you to give it all back. That's right, Pickles. Little. Come on. Push through. Push through. I think now we've taken that low. That's nice. Absolutely, buddy. We can do that. This is a nice trade. Let's see what ES is doing. We're also in on ES as well. Only very small, but ES is doing roughly the same. I said at that point, I'm just going to manage my trades. Don't you dare come flying back, you horrible. Right, we're going BE. Where the hell is it? There he is. Let me just measure up. Going to take that one off at the low on ES. NQ. I think I'm going to trail that on NQ. Because obviously we're early on. We've still got plenty of time of the hour to put in more lows. I'm not far off my target anyway. It's 193. I'm over the 500. If I go there, I'll lock in. Which was my target for the day. Starting off this account. I think we'll just... I mean, obviously we could take this a little further, but... Nah. I think we'll close that off for me. Ah, you... Fucker. I'm $4 short of 500. I hate being off on my figures. It hurts the soul. Ah, there's the drop as well. Come on, ES. ES is still running. Give me that extra $2. I just want to see 500 on the P&L. It hurts. It hurts when it doesn't. It's not even of what I'm looking for. The bloody OCDs. Right. Well, ES is. It was a nice trade, right? So we got in here. I think it was around there. And then obviously I was looking at this low being our target. I think we got about here. We got plenty of time going on. You know, I'm in an evaluation. I'm in the evaluation. I am just trying to get this past 500 for today. Keep ticking off. What I would have, obviously I still expect, we got this daily low, right? We took the daily low yesterday. We could run all this way. What I'm not looking to do is just, you know, get lucky with one trade, right? It's about showing consistent. We talked through everything about this trade, the higher time frame, right? So we went through the 2 hour is bearish. Sequence 1, the 3 hour is bearish, right? The 1 hour, is that the 1 minute? If I put it on the 1 hour. So we were coming into our sequence 2, right? We broke out of this level. We broke out this range that we've been in. We've come under the 0 line. We're red. Trend AI. Let's transition to red. Yeah, and we can get those nice drops when we get those transitions. Let me just make sure it's on the 1 hour. Yeah. We hit the distribution level. Now, you know it's a strong push, and this is obviously what I look for when these get these strong pushes, because obviously only 26% of price actually make it to these distribution levels. Now, what I have done on ES that I didn't do on here, which we can just quickly do now, is let's just filter for the mornings. So we want to go from 1600, let's say, to 6. So that just tightens it up for us in terms of morning price. So you can see how this is a strong move for the morning. However, where was our logic inside of this, right? We've been in the range, had our range. This is our box is our range, right? We break out of the range. We struggle to make any sort of retracement. We show a nice corrective price. We're correcting back up. We have our low. We fail even to tag that. We've come under the 0 line. Look at this. Or we've been really chopped. We're really starting to, while this is coming on, while this is correcting, we're still pushing down, 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 down. So we're expecting that, you know, we're going to put our high in here, right? We're expecting a bearish hour. We're going to put our high in here. And then we're going to distribute down. So we're only half past, so we've still got more time. So here's today's trades. I'll go through obviously yesterday on the data as well. Just let this hour. So that was our return to the open previous day. Previous hour low, previous hour high. On it, obviously, it did get tagged there, but on MNQ, it tagged it in the hour, which is obviously what I trade on. So that was done earlier on MNQ. And then we've just been looking through, obviously, like, you know, been looking through different charts. Obviously, gold has been great, a nice transition, but we've had quite a strong move down from gold already. You know, we've had some good signals, which obviously I've missed, and you know, a sell signal here at the moment. But ES was looking cleaner, right? So ES has hit its target. Yeah, those are the two targets I set. Obviously, we were looking for that tap back in up here. So obviously, we only took a very small entry here on ES. Because we were looking for a bit more of a retracement, but anyway, hit our two levels, hit our targets, no problem, and we're over the 500. Not under 500. That would have messed my head all day. Stupid numbers, things like that. That's what causes to break accounts when we're like, just $3. Just $3 short of the 500 figure that makes my brain feel nice. So I'm just going to take a trade, and then you give back $50. And then you're like, now I've got to make $50. And then you go and put another trade on, and now you're 250 down, and then you think, fuck it. I'm all in. Anyone else been on that journey with me? Oh, what do we do to ourselves? Not anymore. My men obviously very much worked on that over the last year and a half. Sounds familiar. Yeah, absolutely, mate. No problem. Do you want me to share this one exactly as it is? Do you want me to just hang on a sec? I think I've got a thing. I think I've got. Let me. I have put one in there before. I'll do it in a minute. Yeah, I've got. I think I've got an actual chart I've saved as layout. Just because I mess around with this one when I'm trading, so I'll use. I'll get the one that's not that I don't mess with. So, do you want to have a look at the return to open, right? So in our return to open settings, we just set this to the daily. Now we're set to 1 day. I'm going to clean up my chart for everyone, just so that we're looking at the data rather than all the indicators. I'll leave the stats on. Really need to do this on NQ, don't I? Let's have a look. Still got an 68% probability of another low. I think it's going to do it now. Didn't quite get that tap back to the 50%. Love this. The beginning of an hour on a very bearish. Love it. Anyway. So what I do is, on the daily, clean up my chart. So I'll go up to the higher time frame, right? So this is our current daily open. This is currently the previous day high and low, yeah. So if we go to yesterday. Okay. So, hang on, let me just clean it up. So here's yesterday's price action, right? So there's the open, and obviously we have this big candle that wicks up. So if we set our data to 1 hour, 1 day as well, you can see it's going to give us our levels, right? So then what we want to do is we want to go up to the 30 minutes, let's say. Have I done this right? Yeah, I'm doing this right, aren't I? If I missed. Ahead. There we go. Where's the end of the day? There. So let's replay here. I don't know why that's different. What have I broken? Days 1. Ah, it's because of fucking filtering by stupid time. Right. So, what we've got is yesterday's high, right? So yesterday's high. So if we look at yesterday's price action, there's the high and there's the low, yeah. So if we break up the day into 6 segments, so we're looking at time segments. We've got our time segments here. Now what I use is, while I'm still working on creating a visual element for you, but unfortunately when something doesn't quite break it into, when it visually doesn't break into 6 segments, then it's off, right? Albeit the indicator uses, in the calculation, uses milliseconds to get the segments. That's fine from the indicator point of view, but from a visual point of view, it's trying to make it easy for you guys to see. So what I would suggest is obviously either breaking it into an easy segment that evens out, or alternatively just use these settings and it's as close as kind of you'll get to your 6 segments visually, right? So here's our 6 segments broken down for the day. It's probably what there. So we've got our segment 1, right? So you can see straight away in segment 1, we take the high. So if we come across to our data, you can see that of the 134 times we took the high, 50 were in the first segment and 94% of them after taking the high returned to the open, right? So we know that when we took that, we've got a high probability of returning to the open. So during this entire period before New York, we obviously haven't returned. So that stat's always there, right? You've always got that kind of like, okay, at some point we might make that push. And then obviously if it's going to be a bearish day potentially, we've then got our distribution levels. And you can see that our bearish level here, the 50%, has got a 68% probability of price hitting it. So it's got a high, it's a good target. It's a high probability from our manipulation zone, if we're going to go bearish, that this level is going to get hit, or obviously previous day lows, for example. So there's good data around that. And then obviously when you come down to the 1 minute, we got a great trade through this hour here, where we went obviously bearish into a sequence 1, everything aligned, and then obviously you got your signal, and then through New York you got that amazing drop. So there's confluence to that trade as well by using the higher time frame. So this return to open is, it kind of can help shape what you're expecting. Like segment 2, you can see up to 15 times, all of them have come back. Now we can go up time frames again, right? We can go up to the hourly because we can fit our hours in, and you can see that still 93% in the first segment, 95% in the second segment. So it's high probability that if we take the highs in that time, that we are going to see the open get hit at some point. So it's a great, that's why I went out my way to obviously to add this indicator, because it is a great confluence stat, as well as obviously how the hourly and the daily highs and lows are formed. You know, because we could look at the same thing and say, okay, well, we're expecting that the let me just hide that. We're expecting that we're going to return. Where might we see the high? So bearish highs. So there's segment 1. I done that right. That's because I've gone up to an hour. Segment 4 is here, right? So we can see on segment 4 is our highest probability of where we see our bearish highs, 27%. So we know that 26% is in segment 1 here. We can see that's already been taken in segment 3. Segment 3 is 15%. So we know that still potentially we've got a chance of putting in our high. When we put in our high here and then we start plummeting, there's your kind of that expectancy of the high disappears, and then you've got your distribution. Can't say it now. It's gone. You've got your 52% probability of the low being still in that last segment, which obviously you can see we get for the day. So the data comes together, right? You can use it to find and plan out if you want to kind of slow play the day and not trade it in the hourly. You can plan out trades with it, but obviously then you need to see confluences come together to help you align for it, right? And then that's where the hourly can come in, because you can drop down to the hourly and wait for those high probability. Now this would have been your first one, right? Where you'd have been looking to it to go to the return to the open. It doesn't. But at the end of the day, it's already made a large move down. Risk should have been off at that point anyway, especially when it turns blue and you get a buy signal. There's no need to take a loss at that point. You wait your turn. You get your high in your high probability zone, sequence 4. You flip. Take the low of the candle. And then you get a nice sell, right? We come under the 0 line. We're a very strong trend. Come under the 0 line. It's the setup you see me take day in, day out. Absolute perfect. And there's our low at the end of the hour. And you wait for them. They're the ones you wait for all day. Here we are. We failed to come down and put in a new low. %61% probability of another low coming. We got 15 minutes. We can still do that. ES tagged our lows as expected. This is our previous day low, right? So we've taken the previous day low. Let's have a look at that in segments. We're already on it. There's our previous day low, right? Let me get rid of my targets. Not FL. Previous day low. So we're taking the previous day low. Let's get our open. So we're taking our low in segment 3. So you see how the data is all in segment 1. It's because I'm in a custom time window. Take that off. we've got a 74% probability of returning to the open. Here's our open. We now flip, right? Now going, so it'll be interesting now. Here's our open. Potentially we can, we don't just jump in, right? But we, and obviously we've got CPI coming, so, no we haven't. That's tomorrow. We've got our orange folder talks coming. So I don't expect to be very much of an expansive day, more of a chop day. Chop with direction is probably the way I'd explain it. Chop with direction. So New York might open. Retake lows, then go high, possibly. We'll see. But we have taken the previous day low. It was a nice trade. GG. 500 up on our new Top Step account. What do you think about it being up here? Is that alright? Having it at the top saves me having to kind of switch between the screens when I'm doing it on the stream. But you can still see the trades running. We can put it on. Is that okay? Or would you rather see the Top Step screen? That works. Great. So we've hit the 50% retracement, right? But the only thing is we do have... Hang on. There we go, now it drops. We've got a 44% probability of a new low. Doesn't feel like we'll get it. There goes gold. Yeah. We'd come quite a way down, right? Quite a way down. I was getting a little bit like... Have we missed our opportunity with gold? Obviously, ES was the first one that gave us that kind of, oh, okay. You know, ES broke out here before NQ, and we were looking at ES and that trade. And then obviously when we switched to NQ, NQ was in this lovely corrective price action during during our main segment where we see the highs for a bearish hour, right? It was nice. What did 6E do? Tracking this on 6E. We when we put it on, we leveled up here, right? We looked like we might be bottoming out. We came up, tapped it, came back down and made a new low. If we can break this and come up, might be a nice return trade. We're starting to transition bearish though. It's been a long time for that transition. We've not had it. Bearish transition was good. Stayed bearish, tried to go bullish, transition bearish, lovely sell. And we've had that nice bearish move down, corrective, and then we've carried on. But trend AI hasn't caught up with that one. Maybe it's just the volume overnight was lower. So this is Bitcoin on the weekly. Obviously we're tapping up. This is what I was looking at on the RSI, where we've come down, broken out, and then we're coming up. So the average line, obviously, it's got quite a way to go. Doesn't mean it will, but there is room for a large continuation. This is the previous high. Obviously, we've been able to look like we're still going to go. Daily's just got going. Still plenty of room for the daily. Doesn't mean we can't get a bit of a corrective move. We are high up. Bear me a sec. I like this. This could be a good buy on Bitcoin. Trend AI is going strong, but this could be a good buy, this line on the daily. And also, when we break that, that could be your warning sign as well. These could work very well with Bitcoin. Just depends on the higher time frame, but still could be a good buy. Have a look at CL. I was going to trade CL today. Nice breakout. Liquidity, we saw that tap up, give the buy signal, and then we've just tripled up. We came above the zero line. This is probably where I'd have liked to have got in. Around here, where we get that buy, we flip the blip, we flip the candle, pull back to the 50%. Boom, nice trade. NQ's coming back. Wonder if it's going for that daily open. Nope, not going to be live in New York today because we need to meet up and go through, me and T-Bone need to go through the action plan for how we're going to build and implement the Lazy Boy indicator, as we're going to obviously integrate the algo into it as well. Actually going to take some challenge, but I'm confident we can do it, so we'll work on it. That's why we're giving ourselves sort of like an 8-week window. Plenty of time, but it needs planning out right. Again, like I trade everything together. I trade all the confluence together, basically. Like that's, you see it this morning, like higher time frames. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. All the higher time frames were bearish. 2 hour, 3 hour, sequence 1. We broken candle structure. We'd come under the zero line nicely. We'd broken out the range. Like, you know. And then if I like a nice 50% retracement and retake the high, I'll take that as well. But that's how I trade the lazy boy. 50% really. I try and keep it. I think that waiting for the right trade is the waiting for the right trade is the difference. That's the difference. That's what it's all about. It's just waiting. Like, is there trades in here? Yeah, absolutely. Someone could have traded the bottom of the range, top of the range. Absolutely fine if that's how they want to do it. For me, this is my trade. Absolutely, like so. It'll have the statistics built into it as well. The win rate, return, the whole thing as well. I'll have it into you, and we'll add in the additional confluence as well, right? So if you only want to take it when trend AI is red, etc., we'll try and get that all built in so that you can add as many confluences as you like. Hours, particular hours, all that type of thing. So we're coming to the end of the hour. Now, when you see hours that fail to follow kind of the standard how kind of price works. No, I've not shared the trading view. I need to find the... it is in the Discord. Let me see if I can find it. I don't want to share that chart just because I trade on it. Actually, I'll just create a duplicate. Let me just create a clone. Make a copy. Max Algo. Copy chart. Wrong Bitcoin. Let's put mine in Q. Ah, for God's sake. Hang on. It's because I've been messing on bloody Bitcoin. I like the happy face. Yes. Pop, pop. There you go. I'll put it in the Discord as well. I'm going to pin it to the top under help or settings. We'll put it under there. Yes, what I was saying is when we fail to kind of like here we've had this push down. You can see obviously we've come down now. The ES has taken the previous day low where no worries, bud. NQ hasn't. Interesting. But we get that push down, right? We get pushed into our distribution level. beautifully hit this target. Again, when we get a strong push, when we're expecting strong movement, we can hit this. Obviously, during the range periods, it's very low probability this target will get hit, right? What have I just done there? I was new out. So anyway, when we fail to kind of do that high, low, retracement, low again, often that can be like a reversal candle, right? So if you think about it, like we drop, we wick back up, right? So if we go up the time frames to the 15-minute, we can start seeing it turning into a wick, right? And our hourly candle is a wick. So potentially, obviously, if we see the low go, that's great now. But sometimes we can see that. We can see that those wicks are often, like here, a retracement, right? And how they look, which is what I said to you about defining a potential retracement, is you don't, it doesn't, a retracement candle will often have the low in segment 3 or 4, and it'll come back up, and then that's your wick, right? And then a lot of the time that's your wick reversal, yeah. But these are all things I want to kind of, not just high and low candles, defining the type of candle and then the characteristics of that candle. It's all in my head of what I want to kind of showcase. And obviously that's what it looks like on an hour. Yeah, we get that move down and come back up. And there's your wick. And then obviously you could look potentially like we're in a new hour. Will we retrace 50% of the wick, right? Matches up with your hourly manipulation level. You know, if you're expecting that return, some confluences around that. Or if we're going to go strong, we might not even come back to that wick. Come up first and then revisit it later on, maybe. We'll see. So this VIB level here is obviously one that I was looking at from when we had our stop, right? There's a blocker. Let's look at ES. Because ES has come right back up into it. So ES has taken the daily low. Obviously, we were saying about ES coming back to the daily open after we'd taken the daily O. Like 70-80% probability of it coming back here today. ES is a little bit more, got a little bit more push in it than in Q. Same thing again. Obviously, we've got our wick, right? I think our main focus is just usability right now. Just trying to make things as easy to use. There's a lot of little bitty things that need doing. So I kind of want to neaten things up. Finish a few little things. So like the main stats one, I want to publish that now out of beta, but there's a couple more things I need to finish. Replace the hourly, because obviously that's now redundant really with the new stats. Get the percentages on the retracement zones. Fix a few layout. Horizontal more than vertical. I want to add that in. Obviously have got in the pipeline to build that table, you know, for the algo, so that you've got all the multi-time frame. That is absolutely 100% in the list of things to do. It might not be right now, but it's definitely going to get done. Can be history added to the stats indicator. I mean, previous time range distribution manipulation levels. What you mean, like 20 years, like like extra data added to it? Oh, so show what the last hour distribution was. It's an interesting one. So you want to see where the last hour was? Yeah, that's interesting. What's the benefit? Is it just seeing where? See, I was more thinking about adding sessions into here and different types of calculation. So you've got the statistics for your mean pullback, right? So I want to add it so that you get the percentage for your manipulation level. I also wanted to add mean, mode, and trim mean so that you could select between different types and get which one's got a higher probability. And then I wanted to add sessions so that you could just literally drop down, select London, New York, Asia, and it would give you the data for those sessions. So that was kind of more in my head than seeing previous data. Okay, I see what you mean. Showing all. Yeah. So I have an option to like tick on show all previous. Yeah. See. Yeah, I think obviously there's right now, Herman. There's a lot of little tweaks, little things, and a lot of change can come. And I think kind of we're not even a month in, right? And we've already made quite a few changes. So it's got to go at we've got to kind of slow down, because obviously what we don't want to do is then start breaking stuff while people are using it and causing issues. And while obviously like I've built all of this, I am not as an experienced coder as a lot of people. So obviously part of the reason why we were charging for it is because I want to bring in a team of developers to kind of tackle a lot of this future development. So obviously a lot of work is built on when those devs come in as well. So there'll be things that obviously we can do, things that, you know, right now, as well as everything else that I'm doing, the time spent on coding is nowhere near as much, right? There's coming on live, doing everyday stuff with the business as well, and everyday stuff on the Discord, covering support. I obviously have other businesses as well, so it's right now we are stretched as a team, so some things will not get done as quick. However, all the things that you are talking about, we'll absolutely put in. Really? That's nice. Okay. I'll see how easy it is for me just to kind of add an option just to show all previous levels. If I can get it done without losing 5 hours, then I will. No worries, buddy. The thing is, Herman, as well, man, I really, your feedback and the stuff that you're feeding in is really appreciated. You've got some great advice. One of the things that we are going to do is create a not a forum. We're going to create an area where ideas can be put forward, and then ones that are approved go into a development plan, so you can see what's booked for future development, where we are with it, all that type of thing. So we will be building out, getting that added as well. So it's all these little things, because obviously communication is really important. We also talk about there's a lot of these ideas, and I want to make sure that they're documented, they're kept, we're aware, and that they don't go. So yeah, so we just need to make sure we get organised with bringing it forward. But yes, Herman, mate, keep them coming. Keep on us, keep on me. These are all great advice. Right, we've got a corrective bearish, right? So obviously we've had our tap of the low of the previous day high. We've got our high probability return into the open. We've now switched out of our bearish into our corrective bearish. We're not yet above the zero line, but 15-second probably has come above. And a nice correction at the beginning of the hour. 30-second is coming up. It's just very corrective. That's the only thing I'd say. Don't know why my 30-second chart wasn't loading. So we'll see. But right now, right, we've had a strong move up. We've taken the previous hour's high. So candle structure has switched bullish. See us tap up into here. Let's have a look. Nice V shape. Show our wicks. You can see we haven't left any open vibs at the bottom, and we've got our open vib here, right on the open line. Bring price back to. Do you think it left it open for a reason? Quite possibly. Starting to break up. Obviously we are 12 minutes in, right? So we're 12 minutes in. So already we've got an indication of bullish. We've got a lot of kind of confluence towards bullish price action and taking that high. We've taken the previous candle high, right? Here. We've taken it straight away. Here, and we are pushing up, right? So we've broken above this VIB. We're 12 minutes in. We are bullish. That means... Oh, hang on. I've got the wrong data on. Wait a second. So right now, on the hourly, there's a 69% probability quite early on. Let's just go up time frames a little bit more. 61%. 61%, I prefer that. 61% probability that this is our low already, so quite a good start. We are very stretched in terms of looking like we might push. Possibly could have had a little snipe entry here. Might still just get a little tap. Low risk. A couple of ticks below. Pushing up into these, potentially. Will it get all the way up here in 1 hour? You know, possibly, but possibly not, right? Don't have to. Could just take it here. It's a good trade. We've still got this nice gapper, you know, this large area left open, but I think I like this break up. I like this tap of the VIB. Big open space. I like the push. Trend AI starting to come down. We're still coming above. If you remember when we were here, this is where I wanted to take this short from. I wanted to get tagged in here, pull back into that, tag it, and you can get a nice tight stop. Obviously, we didn't get that. That's why we took the lighter entry lower down, because it just looked like we were just going to go. We're hoping for that tag back in, but price is coming back to it. Not that I'm going to tag it now. Strong bullish candle. Do you know what? I've just looked away for a minute and I get back to the chat. That would have been a nice little tag entry, right? If I had our limit order on there. We would already been break even. Strong bullish candle is like a dildo. Corrected bearish bullish is more like creating low resistance liquidity run. Nice. I like it. Whoa! And we'd have been out. We tagged the 50%. Is there news? Am I missing something? What time is it? What's NQ done? It's a bit more normal on NQ. This is very steep. This is interesting. Just going to clear up the chart. So our 3 hours ended, right? Secret's 10 on the 3 hour. That's a lot. Might be time to come back the other way. 2 hour. Ooh, okay. So our 2 hours just started, right? And our 2 hour is giving us a corrective bearish. So high probability of obviously taking us up. This high can now go because obviously 3 hours over. That was the beginning of the 3 hour. So that can go. We don't need that anymore. It's our current daily high, is it? No, there's our current daily high. Want to see see it's come back above the 0 line. Right now, obviously, every time we do have, 69% probability that our low's in. We have taken the high already, and we have a 94% probability of still more bullish action. Do I need to trade? Nope. So obviously today so far we've had this trade and the NQ trade in the same way. I didn't take it on ES. That was the plan. But obviously we took it on NQ and on MNQ we tagged the high earlier on. So we had that trade last night, this morning, if you like. And then obviously we've been in this range, broken out of the range, took a nice sell here. It's given us $500 in profit on our new top tip account. See how it goes with Top Step. I've been with Apex for 8 months. 8 months, 9 months. Quite a while. But obviously everyone's very, very positive about Top Step, so it's a good time to get an account and see how we get on. Obviously, we need to pass the challenge first. It's normal trailing drawdown, isn't it? It's not end of day. It's during the trade, isn't it? Got 2 grand, 2,000. What's that there? Yeah, 48,284. So we've got just. Is it end of day? How does it work? I don't remember. Anyway, we've got some sort of trailing drawdown. We're not aiming to run into huge trades. We're just aiming to take some profit. You know, if we can have some good days, then you know we can aim to be done in the next couple of weeks. Get past. I just want to trade, tick along, and then obviously try and tick along on the on a funded account. Just do the same thing again. Keep focused on taking the same setups. Let's look at 6E. Come back up again. This time might be the time we break through. What do you reckon? Obviously, you want to see the previous hour go. You can see how candle market structure on this has kept you clean all the way, right? Low, low. There's the highs, right? Low. There's the high. We equaled. Yeah, we equaled the high. And then we take the low. It's our high. Take the low. There's our high. We take the low. Obviously there's the low. We take the low straight away. It's pretty simple stuff. There we go. Starting to potentially break out of this downwards price action. I'm interested in this. I'm interested in 6E. So you can see the transition, right? If we come back above this zero line, so obviously, look, we come below here, we maintain below it all the way. If we now come back above, then maybe, right? Maybe we get a little bit of a retracement back up. We've taken the low, still carried on a bit further down. Keeping an eye on that. Gold's got another nice sell here. We come back up, failed to come above. Yeah. Yep. Only hours were corrective bearish. We haven't got that matching, although I do like this, and I do like this. But I don't like this, so I'd want to see the low go again. See if we can run for that. Still not above the zero line. Just feels very steep. But we'll see. What do I want to watch? Have a look at CL. Very bullish on CL, right? Transition, bullish, come above the zero line, absolutely classic trade. Flip candlesticks, fuck off. And that is a beautiful buy signal, right? Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Got a way that we could recover, right? But it's a beautiful transition. And this is what we wait for in the transition. Just because it transitions immediately does not mean it's going to go straight away, right? Sometimes you get a little bit of messing around first, but you can see that we hold that trend. We're below the zero line, right? And then we come above. We come above here. At the time we come above, we flip the candle structure, right? We take the high of the previous, retrace back in, and tap and go. It's just a classic. HG, copper, silver. I got it right, didn't I? I did get it right. HG, copper. Meow. Yeah. Copper's had a beautiful run. Look at that. Nice transition, bearish. I mean, that's just giving you it straight away, right? Below the zero line, transition. Copper's beautiful. Makes me want to be a copper trader. Only thing I don't like about copper is that we've already taken the high of the previous hour. Yeah. You can see obviously here on this lovely movement down. Keep it really simple. Really simple. Can you show me where we've taken a high? Where have we taken a high? Where have we taken a high? All right. Here's our high. And what do we like to see when we see that reversal? We like to see high go, flip. I mean, that's a beautiful liquidity grab, right? Perfect example of grab and go. We come up. We haven't taken the low yet here, right? So we take the bullish side, then we take the low. We come below the zero line, correct a bit, continue to take the lows. So everything's aligned, and then we just maintain that beautiful structure all the way down. Right. Oh, I really like it, the look of copper. You might have turned me into a copper trader. You're staying on my chart now, copper. I like it. So remember, like, most of the time I'm waiting. Ideally, I'm waiting for this. Transition, bearish, everything aligned. Look how we're taking lows in the trend AI, right? So here's the bullish point, take the low. Here's the bullish point, take the low. Here's the bullish point, we fail. Fail, then drop, now we take the low again, right? Beautiful. We come down, we come up, we fail to take the low. Price is still coming down. We come back up, we fail to come up higher, we come back down again, but we still fail to take that low, and now it's starting to push up. So now maybe you're starting to see that, okay, we also flip candle structure, right? Maybe we're starting to see now is that retracement point, right? Now we might see price flip and go the other way. But till We don't have that yet on Trend AI, right? Trend AI is still very, very bearish. We're still under the zero line. It's just we haven't got enough confluence for the long side. It's just we haven't also got enough confluence for the short side, right? And it's just really simple, really, really simple kind of like little things. Really simple little things, just adding up together. And the candle structure, I've made that as mechanical. It's completely mechanical. Like there's no question. Are we taking the high of the previous hour? Are we taking the low of the previous hour? Are we doing both? Like, and you can see that if we're going to go bearish, if we're going to go down, we have to take lows. We've got to move down to take lows. It's just how it works, right? So are we struggling to come up? Just a bit messy. No need to get involved right now, right? It can drop. Fly. Doesn't matter. ES really starting to get close to that zero line now. So maybe if we cross over, we might get that push. Might be the next half an hour of this hour. Could be this hour. We'll see. NQ coming back into the range. Still looks very steep. It's failing to take this high yet. NQ's got a little bit more way to go to get towards that zero line. But it's looking like we might push back inside. Gold flips. Yeah, there's the low. We take the low. Gonna take the high. Ooh, we've only wicked it. I mean, obviously, I like to see close above when we start going the other way. I've been using blue. I want to be using yellow, not green. Yeah. Gold's been beautiful as well, right? Gold has been beautiful. Gold's coming up above that zero line. The next hour, right? Next hour we might flip bullish. Gold might give us a long, potentially. Close to a transition on gold as well, right? 6E, we come out of that break. Come above the zero line. Yeah, you can see we've not done that during this whole period. We're now back above. We have broken candle market structure. Yeah. We get a buy signal. We've remained bullish. We tried to transition. We were close to transitioning. We didn't transition. We've now gone back to a strong trend. We want to see a very, very strong trend. Ideally, I'd like to see this high go, right? I mean, obviously, we got candle structures flip, but you know, market structure is that really. But candle structure is flipped. I just want to stare at copper. It's just so beautiful. My wife could hear me now talking about a chart. It's more beautiful than you, love. Copper is more beautiful than you. I'm sorry to say. You're a hag. Look at it. It's a great trade. By zero line, I mean this line here. So see the figures on the right hand side, right? That's the zero line. She'll finish me off. She'll finish me off. Yeah, so this is the zero line here, right? And often when we come above or come below, we get some price movements. we could get some decent movements. But it's just, you know, as you can see. We maintain below all the way here, slightly come above, then come back below, right, and we remain. Price moving down. But yeah, just a good indication. See how copper, obviously all the others are still moving up. Copper's struggling. Copper is struggling. Couldn't hold itself. We want to see the logo, right? Flip back bearish again. Trend AI's holding copper like no. ES just takes the high. We are struggling a bit. We're coming to that zero line now on ES. Gold wicks it again. See this? This is a wick, right? Whenever you see a V shape like this, it's a wick. That's a wick, right? So we have a wick, back down into it, we come back up, and then obviously we take that low. You just see what price is doing, right? Are we going to transition on gold? Let's have a look how our 6E is doing. Come back to the line. I'm guessing if you were a trend trade breakout trader, right, that'd be an entry now, right, wouldn't it? That'd be an entry. If you were, I'd have to ask Tori, right? She does trend lines. Would it be like this? I don't know. I don't know. Don't trade. I don't trade this sort of price action. I use it for more like this. So when I'm expecting price to go down and we start creating like corrective price, I like to see that sort of opposing direction corrective price for us to then get that drop. It's kind of really the only sort of trend lines I really use. Obviously we did that on NQ on that trade, right? Yeah, I just like seeing that. It's unable to push up and it kind of just, but it's coming up. I like seeing that. I like seeing that when we're bearish, and I like seeing the opposing when we're bullish. That would be an example of a little bullish one there, right? Can't see anything here. It's just chip, 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 chip. Chip, chip, chip. CL still mooning. Failing to come up though on the high. Sequence 10. It has been bullish for 10 sequences. What does that mean? That means this was a sequence 10 right now. This was a sequence 9. This was a sequence 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where's your buy signal? Hello. Chop, chop, bang. See you later. Yes, correct. Yeah, yeah. So obviously it's just the prediction of where was that? This, yeah. So this is the prediction of bearish. So obviously we're predicting down, and obviously of the 718, it's more bullish. But we get a sell signal and not a buy signal. We're below the zero line and we're going red. So we don't have our other confluences to match with this, right? Possible could be a wick down, take the low, manipulation, and then we come back up again. That can happen right now. But this is why we combine you know, you never see me kind of, and to be fair, when I first built the algo, it was one of the issues that I had was that I waited too much. It was too easy to just go, oh, 90% we're going to be bullish. Let's go. So, you know, the moment I used it in combination and it became a confluence, an idea, and then I had the others to kind of confirm that idea, everything changed. Everything changed. And like I've been, so obviously, like March last year, I went on that 20 Apex accounts, right? And I wasn't trading. I didn't have this at that time. I did really well. Probably got about 25 grand, about 25 grand payouts in total during that period. And then work came back. I had to go back in the office with my other business. Just couldn't trade. Obviously started the journey at the same time because I was all over the place to learn to code, do that sort of stuff. I went through that sort of transition period. And the way I trade now, it's kind of similar to how I was trading, but I've put it into a algo. I've basically taken the kind of things that I was trading and got the data on it and turned it into a system. And this is basically what you're looking at, but in data, in real form. And since having that, I just trade a million times better now, better than I was. More patient because I can see the data and I know what's coming and I know what's happening. Confidence in the system as well is always a big thing, can I say to everyone. But yeah, the algo is it's by no means perfect. It's not meant, you know, it's the first of its kind, right? It's the first. It'll and obviously we'll only continue to try and improve and make better on what we've got. The but you know, you saw it when we were trading NQ, right? We had the confirmation of 3 different time frames. We had everything else aligning, and it's just everything ticks together. So copper switches again, which again I really like, because I like that when we take the high of the previous one and then take the low, that we could get that push, right? We could continue down. But where's copper going to go? I mean, that's one drop, right? Ow. I do not want VWAP. Well, there's our next liquidity level. Let me just hide these. Right? That's better. I mean, we haven't got fucking hell. You know, like liquidity levels above are just. You can see obviously like here we're taking bullish liquidity, right? So that you can see that the lows are staying, right? So obviously when we switch, and then you can see the lows starting to stay. We come that close, fail to take it, and then flip, take bullish liquidity, and then all these remain up to here, and then we switch, and you can see how now those levels just, well, actually to be fair, we did come back up Smash through all those levels, right? Bam, 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 bam. Then we start taking bullish liquidity, and then bearish, and when we just start. And then again here, right, you can see that when we take this level, we create, that would have been created around here, right, with the expectation that we're not currently taking liquidity. So we just fly down, take this low again, take all the liquidity out. That's my line, not actually the liquidity line. And you can see obviously we still got these levels below. So I would expect that copper, obviously if we're going to continue down, we could potentially push down to this level. That's where kind of we could go. We've still got room. Still got place to go. It's just it's come down so far, right? Right. Algo now switches back to bearish. It's just a no trade zone, right? EMA's cross, take the high. Yeah, we get a sell signal, but we've come down so far. It's just not a clean trade, right? These are all clean trades, but not a clean trade. Yeah, Chad, it's like anything. The more time you spend with it, the more you understand its little intricacies of what works really well. You learn its habits, how it moves, what it means, what it gives you, and as time goes on, when you get that, just the confluence and the confidence it will give you when you see them will be good. And there's obviously some, there's some great traders, some amazing traders out there. It's just, I think some systems are like they're focused on, it's very much about that instinct, building up that experience and that instinct. And I think for a lot of traders who work, have kids, have got a life, who can't dedicate, haven't got that, haven't got that time to dedicate. A lot of young people have got that freedom. They haven't got anything else in their life to fill their head with as well. And I think for a lot of older traders who have got more commitments, I think sometimes like there's not enough respect given that, it's all kind of thrown at them. Like, you've got to dedicate, you've got to, back test until you're blue. You've got to have the right mindset. It's like, you don't know what's going on in their life, right? It's not as simple as just, you got to do it. Not everyone, everyone can do it. You've got to work with the circumstances you've got. Give yourself a little bit of leeway, and be different. Try and make what works for you. I think there's a lot of people who go through a lot of courses, and they're always worth it because you learn things and you'll gain something, right? So I don't see a lot of people that do things and say it was a complete waste of time. There's things that you gain and learn from it. But then after time, you kind of realise where your life or your limitations come in, and you end up finding your own little way of doing it, or if you like, kind of a certain time of day, a little couple of pieces together. Exactly. I think it is really important to like find your own style of taking things from other places, taking things that you like, and then combining them together. That's why I was kind of like, that's why I don't want to do, this is why Max Algo was about confluence, adding, being a simple system as well for people if they wanted to trade it, but not being a trade like this. This is just, you're using us, you're in this system, you trade it like this, and it's not Not at all the case. I love seeing how all other traders kind of like take pieces and the puzzle and they put it together and they come up with their own little way of trading it and the way of using it. And I think I love that. I think it's brilliant. I want to tell people who are fighting and trying to create a life for themselves that not to go too, don't give yourself too much of a hard time. You're doing everything you can. Just have patience. So simple, so stupid, right? Just wait for the right setups, but fucking hell, is it true? My mum got into trading at the same time as me, right? So I was trading crypto for about a year and a half before her, and then we both I transitioned into forex when the bear market started, right? And she transitioned. She went into ICT, and I went into DR. That was Photon. I was in Photon before. I was in Photon for 6 months, which I loved. And the market structure was just brilliant, and I like order flow as well from there. So I learned some great stuff from that. And then DR came in, right? I love statistics, and it was just data. I was like, yes, I like data. And again, like, learned some great stuff from DR. Not for me in the long run, but it was still worth it. And then obviously, like, a combination of all the things I've learned, and in crypto, brought me back to where I am. But I think patience. Being able to take a moment and go, I know enough. I'm happy with what I'm doing. Taking a step back. Stop trying to fix everything. Trying to fix every loss. It's really my trading really stepped up a bit earlier this year. And there are far, far better traders than me. I think but if you can see me sit here live and take trades, right? We can all do it. No. So, my mum, my nan and granddad live with me mum. They're about 90 odd. So for her, it's like having kids. So she really struggles to find the time to trade as well, or there's always distractions, So she really struggles. So she's been taking a little bit of time away and doing more sort of stock investments, longer term investments, while she can't focus on the day trading because of the distractions in her life. She uses elements of Max Algo because things that before, if you like, that she has that she uses with some of her Confluence. But yeah, she would use Max Algo, especially the statistical edge of when she's entering with her system. That would definitely be added to it. That it's in line with the hourly data, the 4-hour data, etc. That would definitely be added in. And she passed She passed her first prop firm challenge. Probably, I don't know, about 3 months ago. What happens when you pass your first prop firm challenge? She stopped being patient. Yeah, man, I am lucky. My mum's a different kettle of fish. She really is. She's got a different mind, right? But she retired when she was. She's a school teacher. She retired when she was 69, 70, and then took an apprenticeship to work on websites and analytics. So my background's SEO. So my background is search engine optimization and all that type of stuff. And so she came out of retirement to do an apprenticeship with all the young kids, and was working in the UK, one of the HMRCs, huge in the UK. It's our tax system. And she was one of 2 people that were working on the back end of the HMRC analytical side of things. It's just crazy. She's nuts. And then she did that for about 3 years. Yeah. And then she dropped that and started trading. She's just always got to be busy. She's off her head. Crazy. Who does that, right? Takes an apprenticeship at 70. Right, new hour. NQ just sitting still. How's 6E looking? It actually took the low of the hour. Obviously this is the low of the previous hour, so this is the current low. I'm wondering whether we're going to pop now. Level out. Still like 6E. Still like 6E. Gold not yet. NQ. We've crossed back bearish again, right? So we failed to come above the 0 line. Why have I got two bits of data on here? That's better. Gonna say, guys, like, this was the move, right? Let's see copper flip. Come on, you've taken so much liquidity below, right? Let's see you flip. But you haven't created. Obviously, we've got this whole. We haven't created much. Otherwise, you're gonna go down. We got our level on the chart, right? Did I put the 15-minute level on the chart? I can't remember. Where is it? Yeah, I've got it on. It's because it's too far away. I need to go up time frames. There we go. There's our next liquidity level. I'll just put it on manually because obviously I want to go down to the 1 minute. Just There we go. Our liquidity above is miles away on the 15-minute. I wonder if, yeah, we're going to make that push back to the open. We shall see. Cross above. Failed to come below again. Really held that zero line. Nice tap back in to remember we were looking at that. Let's see, the high's been equaled on ES. NQ has not. So we'll see that high go. CL. Yeah, we're starting to see CL. We were saying that about it being quite high, right? That maybe we got that corrective part of CL. Kind of makes sense that NQ and ES might come up a bit as well. Okay, so NQ takes the high. So we've got obviously our double confirmation of candle structure, right? We've taken the high again. Might return to the open. Now we've taken the high. Depending on how bullish we're going to be this hour. NQ still hasn't come above the zero line, but it is looking like it could give it a go and make that transition. ES has taken the high as well. There's the open. But when we get those pushes, often we won't come back to the open, but we'll see. This is the open for ES, right? ES has taken the daily low. NQ hasn't. Interesting to see whether ES can make that push. That was that open VIB, right? Didn't quite reach it. But none below. Still got this one up here with our open line. Still liking this. Can we find an entry? I kind of like this. Could be a real cheap trade. Where would it go? I like it. Didn't quite get it open, but I like it. Oh. Oh. I like it. Just fighting with now. I don't need to trade, right? I've done my 500 for the day. But I am here. I like this. I probably would have... I think kind of I'm fighting with the profit I've made today, really. If I hadn't made that profit today, I'd have definitely maybe taken a real like cheap trade of just taking that tag off that level, right? Here, when we closed. Maybe even a limit order on the open, possibly. But no, I think that would have been definite cheap entry for me. Just liking ES at the moment. ES today just a little bit more than NQ. We're back under. Come up, come down. Price comes down, but we fail. This will be an interesting one now. We can come take this high. Obviously, we're bearish still. corrective bearish starting. Starting to go weak on the trends, right? Not completely weak, so we're going weaker, but we're not weak yet. You can see here that we went weak, but then obviously we flipped back bearish again. We hadn't yet transitioned. You know, this is a great one where we start transitioning, but fail to transition, go red again, and then we get that continuation down. So I'm just conscious, but I do like that trade on ES. Already made a nice move away. Got this open vib here. So this is open on the 5 minute as well as the it's on the 5 minute as well as the 1 minute, right? There it is. Sorry, there it is. Alongside our open. I do like it. Would have been obviously if anyone did take the trade. Nice trade. Obviously want to see it come up, see where we've held this and not been able to come. We want to come above that now, and when we come above that and break above here as well, we go break even. We do not want to come back below this level, especially these two levels, right? We've come back above them now, so that would be a break even. Need to see it come above here. It can come back to this level here, right? So we can have a little tap here and just go, thanks for the support. But we need to come above, which we are. And need to close above, especially this one as well here, right? Boom, get above. If you win in here, this should be break even now. Let's go. Up you go. Let's go. I don't hang around. Go and get it done. So obviously this was our previous day low, right? Oh, it's our previous day low. Take our previous day low, and we had an 80% probability of returning to the open. After we did that, we failed to put in a new low in the hour, which often could be our reversal candle. We took the high of the previous hour. We started that journey potentially back to our open. We're now coming up. We need to get above. Closed on it. Coming back under again. But we want to get above. Yeah, that's it. Off you go. Go on. So obviously, do have that one there as well. But 5 minute candle. 10 seconds left. I mean, you can see, look, to get through those levels, this was our candle here, right? We came through those levels, came back and then rejected out. So what I want to see now is a nice tap back in. Can we go back up? Can we get the same level? Right? We're going to go through them. Can we get that same push? Don't know. Don't know. Might just bobble there now for the next 3 hours. Just bobble its way back. And often when you're against the kind of true direction, you get that. You ever been in the trade and it's like takes forever, and then you get other trades and it's like, whoo. When it's going against the kind of direction of the market, you tend to get that slow, weighted out. But nicely coming above, you can see here that closed above, it's ticking back into it. It's all okay so far. I don't mind a tap here, but ideally just want to see it go. Just go. Just go. There we go, gold transitions. Sequence 1. Let's get our data on. Maybe I get a trade here on gold. No. I do not want VWAP. Show me liquidity. Okay. "13 minutes in." Yeah. Make you 10. No. 62% probability that the high is in. Let's just go up time frames a little bit more. Just make sure that it's accurate. 62%. Yep. Yep. 62%. This is our low. Sequence 1. We're above there. Can we find a way to get in? Do we take the break buy? Again, similar level, right? Where we broke out. Get this nice level here. Do we get a retap here? And then go for it. I think it might just push from here maybe. Will it take this low and give us that entry maybe? Six E's back down. And Q's going. Staying above, although we've opened that one up now. See what it does. Just focusing on gold for the minute. I like this potential. Let's get gold up and ready. Right. Quite like the entry now because with this pullback here, we're holding. I quite like the entry here and we're gapping now, but I also like the idea of waiting for this pullback back into this level, right? But it doesn't have to. Two more minutes, we'll have some more data for our low, so we could probably even tighten up our low. A couple of ticks. Yeah, maybe this is the entry, right? I like this here. Maybe around that. Holding it nicely. I think I'm just going to set my limit order. I think I'm just going to set my limit order. I think I'm going to set my limit order here. Minimal risk. If we don't get tagged in, we don't get tagged in. Yeah. We've got 72% probability we're going to go bullish our lows in, right? Okay. Three. Oh my god. Doesn't even tell me how much it's going to fuck it be. I don't like I can't work out my risk on X beforehand. That's why I've got this up here. I'm not even logged in, fuck's sake. Want to be able to know the sort of how much I'm going to be risking on the trade. Nice diagonal. I like that. Maybe if we take that break, maybe I take the trade down. I've got a limit order here anyway. Right now. I'm thinking about it. Thinking about it. think the first trade's probably right. Now. Is it just going to go? Fucking, is it just going to go? Where are we? 21 minutes? I mean, high probability the high is in. Don't really want to cover this. I would just cover this. Rather have that. Gonna go. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for this. I'm gonna leave this one going. Where is it? I'm gonna go. So it's 605 2 6052. Obviously, we could just go for a new high. I mean, obviously, I still like it. I still like it to kind of come out of here. I'm only just trying to catch cheap trade, just because obviously I'm trying to protect the 500 we're up already. But I do like it out of this. Strong push out of this. I do like that. The S has come back. Break even on that one if it would have been in. It's going though. It's just going to take its time to get there, I think. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Starting to change. Right. 10 seconds got to go for the 15 second, for the 15 second, for the 1 minute. Oh, yay. There he goes. Yeah. Being a bit picky now that we've got a profit. Being a bit picky. It's a nice break. Right. Oh, 10 seconds still hasn't changed though. Maybe it's a fake out. Ooh. 24 minutes. I mean, you got to come down, gold. And plenty of time to give us this trade. If you're going to get it in. So we're looking at a transition trade, right? Higher time frame's bearish, because obviously bearish. But we've obviously broken candle structure. come back above zero line, transition to bullish. Obviously the hour, to fully confirm it, we need the hour to close. So it's still early. I need to get my bullish or bearish. I need to get this on the wall. What do you think? I like it. What do you reckon? Like here? Get on that wall behind me? I buy gold. Yeah. First entry was right. Never mind. Trying to preserve profit. If we come above this now, we get a buy signal. Let's see if we can. CL's at its retracement, right? Now TL breaks the low of the previous one. We switched to a sequence one anyway. You saw that early on. We had a corrective bullish, meaning we've got a 96% probability of closing bearish this hour. Come below the zero line. This could be a nice potential 1-to-1 on CL. Still got time to take the low, right? We've still got time to take the low. %. Bearish probability. Oh, no. Ooh. Thinking about taking this short on CL. It's minimal risk. Stop's just here. I like it. Trend AI is against us. Very, very bullish. Yeah. Yeah. You haven't shown any weakness. Gold is over for me. Oh my god. Flopping around. I think ES will eventually get there. It's just, yeah. I think it's going to take time. So, oh, gold's coming back now. Ooh. We still have time. 60s carried on. Transition back. So we've taken the low. Wow. If I was going to take this at all, I'd want to see it go back red. Coming above the zero line now. We're very strong. Trend AI. We put the low in the first segment as well as the high, which I didn't like. I mean, it's fucking cheap. Getting cheaper by the minute. Four ticks. Everything's just trying to catch it right at the right moment at the moment today. And some of these. See gold confirm at the end of the hour. Gold confirm its transition would be a good one. Maybe in the next hour. Obviously, still think that we've got this potential to carry on up, but thank you. Yes, coming back. C just continuing down. Transition back red again. In fact, it's first transition red, right? Being bullish. Now we transition red. Interesting. Oh, okay. Now CL takes this low. Want to see it go. It's not everything's aligned. $12 ticks. $60. $30. Nope, going bullish again. Nope, no, 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 no. That's that gone. Not looking at that anymore. I mean, it's fucking literally, take it for what is 3 ticks of risk, but I still think it's going to go. Yeah. Gold transitioning, coming above. It's probably the cleanest thing right now. Maybe sort of this level here. We're taking profit, right? Maybe. That's where I was thinking. Yeah. Copper's starting to go. Ooh, seeing a little bit. Seeing how that we're coming up. Failed to. Now we come up again, right? So what the red? We want to see this come up above the 0 line. Copper might have a nice push. Next couple of hours, copper might be good for a long. Gold's looking good as well. We're not far off. We've got 20 minutes left. Obviously, we'll confirm the transition. And I think obviously it might be interesting on gold for an hour or so. Might get a nice push. Obviously, we're getting this push now, which could have taken. Obviously, the stop was here, so you'd have been fine. Really cheap trade on CL. Half considering just to do it for the sake of the fact that the data's there. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we're going to go bearish, it's 93% probability that this is our low. It's just that we put that in the same segment. I just didn't like that. We've still got a 69% probability of another low. Still time. It's just very bullish. It's very bullish. It's just very bullish. It's just a very cheap trade for what is the return. Do you know what I mean? Like 6R. 7 ticks. We'll find out now. Go on, gold. Well done, Mark. Well done, buddy. Right. Let's lock it in. No more trades for the day. Done. So we've locked in $473 today, taking us over 500 on the account on our first day of trying to pass our Top Stack X challenge. Not a bad start. We need to just keep patient, keep trading the right setups, and then secure. You know, once we've got where we need to be, don't try and run into any trades. But obviously, this was a good. This was a nice setup on gold, right? Sequence 1, 88% probability of bullish, coming above zero line, transitioned, broken candle structure. It all ticked, right? It all ticked. So it's a nice trade. All right, guys. Thanks very much for everyone who joined me today. I hope you have a good day trading. And if you're in the Discord, I'll see you in the Discord. If you're not, and you want to take and get a 10-day free trial of the system I'm using, then obviously go to maxalgo.io and you can take a 10-day free trial. Other than that, guys, any questions you've got, I'll still be in the Discord. Have a great day. And GG for anyone who's up already today. Well done.